Welcome to the No State Project. I'm Mark Stevens, and I want to talk today about a little bit more of Republicans ramping up the crazy. And, you know, I don't like politicians generally, although at least recently there have been some, in particular, who is the subject of this particular video, Larry Krasner, who is the district attorney in Philadelphia in Pennsylvania. And I know I've mentioned before, I have no love for politicians of both stripes, of any stripe. But this guy went a long way to changing my perception of elections in that you can get a good person elected. You can get absolutely awful ones elected. What we went through a number of years ago.
See this guy, I don't know what I said. I don't remember.
This guy changed my perception. If I lived in Philadelphia, I'd vote for Larry Krasner. I would have voted for him twice. Because if you don't remember, this is the former defense attorney who became district attorney, got elected because he was sick and tired of the injustice of prosecutorial misconduct, which I've mentioned on his show probably 500,000 times. He saw it firsthand as a regular course of his job and saw that in defending his clients, he saw firsthand gross prosecutorial misconduct. So he got elected, and I think this is what is very instrumental in what's going on. 9 innocent people exonerated because there was, I think, 30 some odd prosecutors, career prosecutors, that either quit or were fired when he came on board, which I think is going to play into this story. So what's reported is it did happen. Now, all year they've been trying to impeach Larry Krasner. These are Republicans. These are Republicans now, okay? These are not Democrats, these are Republicans. So, Philadelphia District Attorney Larry Krasner impeached by Pennsylvania House. Republicans say progressive policies have fueled violent crime as Democrats accuse GOP of power abuse. Well, we just went through with gerrymandering and all the crap with the elections. So that part's true. But so what they're trying to do here is, what they did do is they did get 2 articles of impeachment passed against Larry Krasner. And it's different in Pennsylvania for impeachment. It's not like the federal impeachment clause. You don't have to commit a crime. You don't have to violate any state law. So if we go to the Pennsylvania Constitution, we got that right here. Go down to offices liable to impeachment. The governor and all other civil officers shall be liable to impeachment for any misbehavior in office. Could it be any more broad? This is a politician's wet dream over here. You can remove the governor, any civil officer, including district attorneys, you can remove them for any misbehavior in office. Well, if you use that with what I'll get into, conflicts of interest, when you have a vested monetary interest in the private prisons, and you're passing laws creating more crimes, that would be misbehavior in office, but they don't do that. So what they're trying to say here about Larry Krasner is that his progressive policy, which this is a lie, that's what politicians, especially Republicans, do. They are lying, and you could see many videos of this. You have House members themselves saying he is not prosecuting violent crime. And that's why crime is increasing. Actually, according to the article, violent crime in Philadelphia is 5% fewer this year than last year. So there is a decline. And it was increasing. Violent crime was increasing in Philly before he even took office. So they are lying and saying that his so-called progressive policy of not prosecuting violent crime is now fueling more crime. None of that's true because we see the numbers. We also know from Larry himself, who is, unlike most politicians, does not dodge questions. He actually answers them. What he's not prosecuting are low-level drug offenses, nonviolent drug offenses, and prostitution. So, like it says here, pursued goals such as diverting nonviolent drug offenders to treatment instead of jail, sparring juveniles from being tried as adults, and devoting resources to scrutinizing old cases in search of wrongful prosecutions and imprisonments. So these are some big points here. Now, I'm not an anarchist or the type that says, hey, I know the truth. Come to my channel. I'm the only one who has the truth. Those are those other self-proclaimed anarchist types. I don't do that. And I think we should all be weary of these people, whether they're on the internet or radio, whatever they're doing, when they claim to have the truth, especially those, oh my gosh, especially those who claim to have the truth on every single subject known to man. They have the truth. Like 1 hours after Robin Williams passed away, he had the truth about Robin Williams, having never met the man. He had the truth, but only he has the truth. I think just stay away, and certainly don't give people like that your money. So these are things, the facts here are, and these facts would make any Republican's head spin. Now, I'm speculating, but based on these facts, some inductive reasoning here. So it's not arbitrary. It's based on these facts. When you look at the fact that the war on drugs puts more poor people in jail, and politicians like Jan Brewer, who I've mentioned before here in Arizona, tend to have a monetary interest. Oh, Pennsylvania, kids for, taught for, the whole putting kids in jail for kickbacks. Not uncommon in Pennsylvania or anywhere. So when they had this monetary interest in more people being in jail, and Larry Krasner turns around and is not putting as many poor people in jail, that hurts the bottom line. And this is something that would give Republicans a stroke. Devoting resources to scrutinizing old cases in search of wrongful prosecutions and imprisonment. Now, this costs politicians money, not just the investigation, okay? But after Krasner exonerated 9 innocent people. Now, that doesn't always, but what that says to me is massive wrongful imprisonment lawsuits. Massive. Especially given the fact that the attorneys know that 30 some odd prosecutors from Krasner, from the Philadelphia prosecutor's office, the DA, district attorney's office, 30 some odd were fired or quit. Which is now, they can use that in a wrongful imprisonment lawsuit. If one of those attorneys was one that engaged in prosecutorial misconduct and put an innocent person in jail. This is millions and millions and millions of dollars. So that to me seems like that together with the fact that they're lying and he's not prosecuting violent crimes, that tells me they are doing this because it's costing them money. This is costing them money. That's what it seems like. It seems pretty cut and dry to me. So the original impeachment articles from last month don't allege any violations of law, but rather misbehavior in office. One article claims Mr. Krasner's policies substantially contributed to the increase in crime in Philadelphia. Someone please explain how not prosecuting nonviolent drug offenses and prostitution, how that leads to more violent crime. I don't get it. Undermine public confidence in the criminal justice system. If you're lying to people saying, well, the prosecutor's not prosecuting violent crimes. Yeah. The other article says he obstructed efforts of the special GOP-led House committee formed in June to investigate Philadelphia crime. They did issue a subpoena, but as Krasner's office stated, they said that the subpoena was seeking to get secret grand jury records, which they have to be unsealed before they can be released. That's pretty much the way it works there. So it's really unfortunate. This guy, I don't know if they have enough numbers to actually go through and remove him from office. That would be really, really unfortunate. But he has been impeached. Doesn't mean he's removed. They have to have a trial in the Senate. Probably have as much merit as the impeachment articles did. So I'm hoping they don't remove him from office, but we shall see. So that's going to do it for this particular video. Let me know what you think in the comments. And also in the description, if you'd like to help support the show, I am working on doing the live stream. I don't really want to start before the holidays, so I'll probably start the first week in January. I don't want to start and then miss because I'm out of town or whatnot. But if you want to help support the channel, you could do. I have my PayPal link in the description, and if you do support the channel, which I really appreciate, I can get you a copy of Government Indicted, the ebook. So in the description, you can do that if you are so inclined. So that's going to do it for this particular video. And as always, thanks for watching.